Hey guys, so today I'm back to do another makeup tutorial for you guys. This one's gonna be on this fresh face, dewy, simple makeup look. I feel like there's not enough looks like this on YouTube right now. Everything is so heavy, so dramatic, so intense, and I'm kind of over that, honestly. I feel like sometimes there's just so much makeup, like we don't even look like ourselves anymore. And the whole purpose of makeup is to enhance your natural beauty. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good glam, but lately I've just been gravitating more towards the fresh face, more natural beauty looks lately. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I feel like this is very spring, summer appropriate as well. Very dewy and sun-kissed and a little bit of peachiness. So I'm loving it. I hope you guys like it too. Just wanted to do something a little bit different than what I've been seeing all over YouTube lately. So if you're into it and been loving this kind of look lately, then just keep watching. Alright, so to begin, I'm going to be priming my face. This is kind of a skincare slash primer in one. I mentioned this in my Sephora haul, but this is the HENRIKSEN Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. So this stuff is great for combination skin because it is a hydrator and oil control primer in one. So it's awesome for keeping your skin, you know, matte where you want it to be matte, and also hydrating at the same time. It's kind of crazy, but it's a really great product and it's a great skincare slash primer in one. So then for foundation, I'm going to be using this one from NEUTROGENA. I recently tried this and I am obsessed with it. It is their Hydra Boost Hydrating Tint. So it's supposed to moisturize and plump your skin while you're wearing it, and it's supposed to be more of like a skin tint, which I love it because it makes your skin still look like skin. Like you can kind of see your skin through it. Like I have like little bits of freckles and whatnot on my face, and I kind of like that look peeking through. I think it just looks really natural and fresh faced. So this is in the shade Honey, and this stuff does oxidize a little bit, so I would definitely recommend getting a shade lighter if you can. So kind of just put this all over like so. And this foundation, I like to use a beauty blender or whatever kind of damp sponge you have to blend this out. So if you're looking for something that's really full coverage, this is not going to be for you, but that's not what this video is about. This is more like fresh faced, kind of more on the minimal side. And I don't know, I've just really been loving these kinds of looks lately. I have been following a bunch of new people on Instagram that are makeup artists for like models and like Australia and all these like European models. And I just love the looks that they do. So here it is. As you can see my skin peeking through. So it's more on the natural side and I just love it. And it holds up throughout the day as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to my eyes and then I'm going to come back and do concealer. That's just how we do things here. For my eyes, I'm actually going to be taking a bronzer. This is the bronzer I'm going to use later on. But this is the Mercier Baked Matte Radiance Powder. And this I'm just going to use as a crease color. And I kind of like to use my bronzer as a crease color just because it just keeps everything all like in the same family and everything just looks really cohesive. So I just put this in my crease and also underneath. Then I'm going to take, again, a face powder. This is the Wet n Wild pressed powder in Warm Light. And I'm just swiping this on my lid with the same brush just to kind of give it a nice even color. But again, it's not going to really look like much. I'm also just putting a little bit of that under the brow. Alright, so next I'm going to do my concealer, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This stuff is really great. It's also really comparable to Shape Tape, which I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people comparing them, and they both are really great. And first I'm using Medium Peach, but I kind of like to mix Medium Peach with another shade just to give me like the perfect shade that I'm looking for. So this is medium peach, and then I'm going to take a little bit of light medium beige and kind of mix it in there like a cocktail, you know. So and then I'm going to use that just a little bit to brighten the center of my face. So I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and spray that with setting spray. And this just makes the concealer blend out really nicely and prevents it from looking cakey or crepey or creasy. So I'm going to set my concealer, and for that I'm going to be using that Wet n Wild powder again. And I really like the finish of this. It looks really, really natural. It doesn't look powdery. There's not a ton of coverage, so that's why it's okay that I'm using this light shade. It's not going to give a ton of color payoff, but just going to set everything and keep it in place. And I'm only doing the T-zone because I want the rest to just look natural. I don't want the whole face to be completely matte. I kind of want that skin finish. Then I'm going to do my brows. This is the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo. I'm using this to define my brow shape. And I just go with the other side, and it just kind of smudges it and fills it in, and it just gives it a really natural look. I also really love it for the front of the brow because it just looks really natural, and sometimes that's hard to get when you use a pencil. So this is nice. Then I like to set with a brow gel, and this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. Then using that same bronzer that I used on my eyes, I'm just going to add some warmth and dimension to my face. I wouldn't call this contouring just because I'm not like trying to sculpt. I'm just trying to add some dimension so the face looks not like flat, you know? Then for the cheeks, I'm taking NARS Orgasm, which is just a favorite. It's just the prettiest color, and it looks so pretty in like the spring, summer. Just like that perfect flush with a pop of golden shimmer. It's just gorgeous. I just love it. I could put it on for hours. So then lastly, I'm going to take a little bit of BECCA Opal, which is my favorite highlighter ever. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the lid and in the inner corner. And then of course I'm going to add it as a highlight. So I'm going to put it on the tops of my cheeks, right above the brow. I'm kind of bringing it down in this shape. On the tip of my nose, right in between the brow, and on my upper lip. I'm not going to put it on my chin. I feel like sometimes that can make your chin look greasy, so I'm not going to do that. You can also like kind of put it right under the brow if you wanna. So that's it for the eyes. You can add lashes if you want, but I wanted to keep it really simple and just kind of more minimal without the lashes. So now I'm going to be moving on to the lips, and I'm using the Maybelline Baby Lips Color Bomb Crayon in the color, what is the color? Blush Burst, and I love the color. So then I'm just going to take a little bit of lip liner. This is the Jordana Rock and Rose, And I'm just gonna go over my lip line. So then we're almost done. I'm just going to take the TATCHA Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to dewify my face. Alright, so this is the final look. I love it. This is just kind of the makeup I've been gravitating towards lately. I love dramatic makeup, but sometimes I just really love more natural looks when it just looks like healthy and flushed and just more like realistic and more natural looking. Not that you're going to be naturally glistening like this unless you're sweating like a pig, but I just really like it. I feel like it's just more fresh and more youthful looking, and I don't know, I just love it. So I hope you guys like how it turned out. I think it's a perfect summertime look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Other than that, I'll see you guys soon.
See this? The freaking eyelash in my hair. Where did it come from? Is there more? I take out my Invisalign. People, wear your freaking retainers so you don't have to get Invisalign when you're old.